Yo, what's up, everybody? In this video today, I want to talk to you about my experience, like why I joined the military and how I felt stuck before I joined the military. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Kerry Prashadson Jr. Please hit the like and subscribe button if you enjoy my content, or if it's your first time here, man, welcome. You don't have to subscribe if you don't want to, but check it out. So why did I feel stuck before I joined the military? So if you don't know me, I'm from Fort Lauderdale. I'm from Broward County, South Florida. I used to have really long hair. Show you a picture right here. And I felt stuck because at 17 I had decided. So let me just give you a quick little bite-sized chunk of my life. I was doing nothing good with my life. I was partying, drinking, girls. Like, that was my whole life in South Florida. I dropped out of high school so I could hang out with the cool kids. I was in a magnet program, but I dropped out real quick. I thought I was being cool. I was trying to fit in, and I was really good at fitting in. Like, I was really good at fitting in, but I was making stupid decisions that really didn't bring me nowhere in life. So at 17, I went to this seminar for the first time. I'm gonna try to get through this fast because I'm gonna keep this video under 10 minutes. So yeah, please stay to the end because I got some advice for you guys. So 17, I went to this seminar. I saw these people speaking, and it was the first time in my life. Like, this one speaker, his name is David Imoniti. Check him out if you get a chance. But for the first time in my life, I had saw somebody that was like, all right, he wasn't white, you know what I'm saying? He was black, and just everybody in the audience, it was like just a really mixed audience, and they all have families, like healthy families, and it was the first time in my life I had seen that. And they had really nice cars, like they had money, you know what I'm saying? So I'm 17, I'm like, all right, I've been deceived, man. I'm not in high school. At this point, I dropped out of high school. I'm just working a job. I'm hanging out with my friends. I'm just doing and I'm trying to make music, bro. Like, I'm thinking that you need to be a rapper, you need to play basketball, you need to play football, or win the lottery or something to do something great with your life. But back then, my idea of great was like having a lot of money, but that's far from true. So yeah, I went to the seminar, and my mindset had shifted. And from that moment, I had got hit with the most anxiety you could think of, dude. And I was just like overwhelmed because I was trying to think of all these things that I could do. So my mindset had really shifted, but my experience of life had not changed, and I had felt stuck. I still had the same friend group. I was still doing the same stupid stuff. I was still being dragged to the same parties. I was still going to the clubs. I was still drinking. Yeah, I know it's crazy. I'm 17. I'm going to clubs. Don't ask me how. I had gold teeth. Like, look, I'll show you right here. Like, that was me. So I was like tripping. But listen, I'm 26 now. And it's been 9 years later since I made that decision, changing my life. I didn't join the military until I was 21. So those 4 years, man, I was just kind of like doing whatever I could find. So I was trying to work jobs and stuff, and I was still on this journey. So I would write letters to myself like, yo, open this when you're 21, or like when you're 19. And I was like, write down my business ideas and my plans, my 5-year goals, my 1-year goals. And I'll show you guys a picture of some of those. But yeah, I felt stuck. And then I remember one morning, so fast forward to 2020, I got laid off of my jobs. My last job that I did before I joined the military was I was a valet. I had 2 jobs. I was working as a valet. I was a manager at this company called PMC. And then I was also working at the front desk at a hotel. It was in the same location. So I would clock out with PMC and clock in with Hilton. Clock out at Hilton, clock in with PMC. It was like that. That was my schedule. I worked like 60, 70 hours a week because they were both full-time jobs. It's crazy. And what am I saying? So yeah, one morning I'm playing basketball with one of my friends, and I think he had just broken up with his girl or something. So we're playing basketball, and he's like in his feelings and stuff. And he's like, man, bump this. I'm going to the military. And in my mind, bro, I was like, oh my gosh, I forgot about the military. Bro, because where I'm from, there's no military. Like, if you're from South Florida, you notice there's no military down there. Like, if you see somebody in uniform, you think that we're at war. So that's literally what it was. The only time you see a military person is at a recruiting station, and you don't go to a recruiting station because guess what? Nobody joins the military. Like, the military is the last thing I ever thought I would do. I did have my GED by that time because I got it when I was like 19. So I was eligible to join. So as soon as he said that, we were on the way to play basketball. I remember it like it was yesterday. He said something about the military. We played basketball. And then as soon as we left there, I went to recruiting office. Like, I left with enough time to make it to the recruiting office. I was not playing. That same day, I took a practice ASVAB. And then I came back in like a couple days later, and I took the actual ASVAB. And I was so stupid, dude. I got a 79 on it, and I was drunk. Like, it's crazy. I was drunk when I took it. And like I was still hungover, basically, still drunk, basically. And yeah. So yeah, that's like pretty much why I made the decision to join the Navy. Because for one, I was sitting on my butt, and I was already on this entrepreneurial journey. I wanted to change my life, and the military just gave me a perfect way to do that, to like pick me up and move me to a different location, force me to get away from the bad friend groups that I had, because I would hang around with some people who, not saying that they were bad people, but the things that they would do is bad. So I guess that makes them bad people. And you know what's sad about it is a lot of them are still doing the same stuff 6 years later. I've left. A lot of them are still doing the same stuff, and it's really sad, honestly. And I'm praying that they would, change their mind and get out of that lifestyle as well. Yeah, the military changed my life. I would say the biggest reason why it changed my life is because it took me out of that environment that I was in, and it put me into a new place. And it forced me, and I had to cut my hair off. It forced me to adopt new habits. I got to travel the world. And not only, besides just going out of the country and experiencing other cultures, I got to experience other cultures just in my workplace, because the military is so diverse. So I got to listen to country music and actually like it, and listen to rock music, and have these different dialects and all these conversations. I went snowboarding with some friends and skydiving, and I flew a plane, and I'm doing all this stuff, because of, not because I couldn't have done them in Florida, but the thing is, you don't know what you don't know. You know what I'm saying? So you meet people, they share their experiences with you. You share your experiences with them, and it just makes you overall a more well-rounded person. And I think that aspect is just incredible. Also, as a kid growing up, when you grow up in a community, like, people kind of identify you as whatever they identify you as. Oh, that's the smart, that's the nerd, or oh, that's a kid that can't jump high, or oh, that's a kid that passed out in middle school. You know what I'm saying? So like, people already have these ideas about you, and it's hard to get away from that. So leaving home is like one of the best things you could do. And so I think that's one of the biggest things that changed my life, joining the military. Also, the discipline, the structure that it gives you, and also it gives you a different sense of purpose, man. Putting on that uniform every single day and tying up my boots, and it just makes you want to walk with your chest up, man. I don't know how to explain it. It's like, as a human, we know that we should serve a bigger purpose. And that's why, man, that's why the ultimate best decision I ever made in my life was give my life to Jesus Christ. But that's a conversation for another time. But we are purpose-driven creatures. Like, we have to have purpose. If there's no purpose, man, we can't feel fulfilled. You know what I mean? So we need to be creating stuff, and we need to have purpose in our life. So I encourage you, if you don't have a purpose, you don't know why you're alive, man, I encourage you to figure that out, because God has a plan for you. I'll just leave it right there. The military has given me so many opportunities, bro. Just for one, I'm in my house right now. I'm 26 years old. I bought my own house. I'm renovating my house. But outside of that, that's with the VA loan. I've done like so many business opportunities since I've been in. I buy cars from the auction. I go to abandoned auctions. I go to storage auctions. I just buy stuff, sell stuff. I've created value in the military as well by designing my own patches. Like, people love patches. So I made patches, and I would sell patches. I learned how to cut hair. That's another skill that I learned how to do. So it's provided me these opportunities. Like, because I'll be honest with you, if I had not joined the military, I wouldn't have just learned how to cut hair. But there's always going to be this in the market too. People are always going to need haircuts. You know why? Because they have to stay in regulation. So learning how to cut hair, if you're in the military, is like an absolute must. So if you are feeling stuck right now, I encourage you, man, don't sleep on the decision, because guess what? A year from now is going to go by whether you do it or not. And if you don't know what you're doing with your life right now, I encourage you, man, just go ahead, go talk to a recruiter, just join the Navy. If you have any questions about a good job, or you could comment on this video, and I will be sure to reach back out to you with a list of jobs that I would recommend. If you want to know my job right now, I'm a information system technician, so I'm an IT. So I'm an IT in the Navy. I used to be an aviation technician, so I've been to 4 schools. I went to A school and C school for AT, and A school and C school for IT. So I pretty much know like a lot of workarounds and how the Navy goes. I've experienced aviation side, surface side. I've been on 2 carrier deployments, and I've experienced now I'm on an intel community, and it's awesome. So I kind of have like a really diverse outlook on the military in general. I plan on commissioning if I stay in the Navy. Right now I've been in for 6 years. I re-enlisted. That'll put me at 11, so we'll see what's up. But yeah, bro, I encourage you to not waste any more time. Go talk to a recruiter. If he tells you got to get some stuff straight, get that stuff straight and just join. Because guess what? The military is the easiest job that I ever worked. When I was selling shoe cleaner, the military has been easier. When I was valeting cars, the military has been easier. There's a whole bunch of there's times where you'll be working really hard, but there's times when it's going to be really chill. Also, incredible benefit that a lot of people don't acknowledge until they get out and then they realize, oh snap, is we're on salary, dude. So it doesn't matter if you miss a day of work, you're gonna get paid. If you take 2 weeks of leave, you're gonna get paid. And speaking of that, you get 2.5 days off per month of paid leave. So that stacks up to 30 days a month, 30 days a year. So if you so out of a whole 12 months, you really only work 11 months if you think of it like that, and that's not including the weekends. So really just do whatever that math is, and so it's pretty awesome. So there was a time in my life when I felt completely stuck. I had no direction, no real plan, and honestly, I didn't know where my life was headed. So joining the military didn't solve all my problems, but it gave me the opportunity to completely change my life. And I think it will give you the opportunity to completely change yours. So it's your boy Prashad. If you like my content, hit the subscribe button. I surely appreciate it. And love you guys. Be safe and put God first.